Hello, let's have a look at sources of finance. We'll start off with short-term sources of finance, and there's a list of them. Firstly is bank overdraft, very expensive but very useful for any company that needs to improve their cash flow. Then we get trade credit. That's normally where you buy on a 30-day account and you pay at the end of the month, mostly at your suppliers or your wholesalers. Hire purchase HP or leasing, that's mostly for very expensive vehicles or equipment. Why do we need this? It's used for working capital. That is for daily or weekly cash flow, to improve your cash flow in your business. Then we get long-term sources of finance as well. There's a list of them. Venture capital, that's normally things like the people you see on Dragon's Den or Shark Tank. They are venture capitalists. Then loans could be loans 10 years, 20 years, mostly when you buy mortgages, like a mortgage on a very expensive building or office block. Owner's equity, that is money from the owners that start the business. Why do we need these? These are normally used to finance assets over the long term. So it's more for big capital projects. Okay, so which ones are internal and which ones are external sources of finance? Externally, we get bank overdraft that you get from your bank. It's sort of like a bank loan. Very expensive though on the interest rate you pay the bank. Trade credit, that's normally on a 30-day account. Sometimes if you're very big business, you might get 60 days to pay back your creditors or your suppliers. Hire purchase, that's normally when we buy very expensive assets, as I said before. We get venture capital, like I said, Dragon's Den or Shark Tanks. Loans are normally 2 to 5 years, that is a short-term loan. Crowdfunding like Kickstarter in America, very successful. And then internally we get retained profit. That's your net profit at the end of the year that you plow back into your business. There could be cash in your business available from day to day, week to week in your cash register or your bank account that you can use. Debt factoring, that's normally when you hand over your debt to the bank and they collect it on your behalf and they take commission from that. Owner's equity, that could be savings from the owners that started the business, and it's all internally sourced. And then shareholders funds could be some of the stocks they sell back to the company. And then family, we sometimes refer to this as the bank of mom or dad. Like Amazon's founder, Mr. Jeff Bezos, was lucky enough, his first business, or his Amazon, when he started, was funded by his mom and dad, their savings, and that worked well for their family. Okay, guess what was the most successful crowdfunding attempt ever? Yep, it was from the company Kickstarter. It was these. They were called the Pebble Smart Watches. It was in 2015, and they raised a whopping $20 million from members of the public. So go and check out Kickstarter.com. A really interesting project, and anybody can actually put money into new innovations. The interesting thing about Kickstarter, you are investing in products that don't exist yet. So as they collect the money and they hit their targets, then they go into production and they make the new innovation. Okay, and that is sources of finance. Thank you.
Want to know more about business? Check out these lessons and subscribe for any future learning. And if you really found this video entertaining, why not like and subscribe, and we'll keep the Cyber Teachers content coming.